because the environmental community was divided on it. The bill was what was called revenue neutral. All the revenue raised under the bill went back in rebates. None of it was reinvested in energy efficiency, including renewable energy, and the environmental community split because they wanted a bill that's like the bill that we are offering you here today. That's why it went down to such resounding defeat. Businesses and the more radical members of the environmental community joined to kill it because they wanted more help for renewable energy and other environmental programs. They didn't want all the money going back in rebates. As far as the notion that convenience stores are going to be fleeing across the border to other states, completely overlooks the fact that this is a regional initiative. It doesn't take effect unless neighboring states are doing this as well. Regionalization is the biggest change in the bill this year. It's what the state agencies wanted from us, and we are going to be flexible on that and work out solutions that work for businesses in Rhode Island. Of course, if you look at this only through the narrow focus of the fossil fuel industry, yes, costs are going to go up for consumers. That completely ignores the fact that this bill is going to incentivize renewable energy, which is less expensive than fossil fuels, which is going to bring overall fuel costs down. You can't take a microcosm of this bill. You have to look at the big picture to see the entire impact it's going to have economically. That's enough for me. You guys have a lot of people who know a lot more about economics and science than I do talk. What I want to talk about in my testimony now is how this bill affects people. I work for Clean Water Action, and in addition to the work I do lobbying here at the State House and campus, 2 nights a week I go out into neighborhoods in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, knock on people's doors, talk to them about environmental issues. They don't know I'm coming. They don't know what I want to talk to them about. I have canvassed in both states on versions of carbon pricing bills. Massachusetts has a bill that's very similar to ours. They actually have a they actually have 2 bills that have been introduced. One that's revenue neutral, like the Washington State bill, and one that is like ours that invests in renewable energy and energy efficiency programs. And I can tell you, when I talk to people at the door, I started doing this about 2.5 years ago, talking about this issue. And the first question I always got was, well, what's going to happen to my heating bill, my light bill, costs are going to go up. And I say, yes, that's true. But we're also going to be getting rebates when I explain the rebate structure. When I talk about how it's going to incentivize renewable energy, and that is going to keep energy dollars in your state. You're not going to be sending $3 billion out to Texas and Pennsylvania and Saudi Arabia. That money is going to stay here. It's going to be invested in companies in Rhode Island that do renewable energy. It's going to keep circulating through our economy, and it's going to have a stimulative effect. They can't sign up to become members of our organization fast enough when they understand the full impact of this bill. On a personal level, the people that care the most about this are parents with young children. Because when you have a young child, you're thinking about that child's future. You want their quality of life to be better than your own, and they understand the threat that climate change poses to that future, to what's it going to be like 50 years from now when your child is there. I had a young mother in, I believe it was East Providence last week, tell me. She is worried to death about sea level rise and how it's going to affect the quality of life here in Rhode Island and what life is going to be like for her 6-year-old when she has children. I hear those stories all the time. Our members are going to be sending you emails, writing you letters, telling you why this is personally important to them. I urge you all to read them, take their feelings into account. They know why this issue is important, and they want us to take action. Thank you.